Hi, I'm Thitsa and I'm already in my second year of a business management bachelor's student.
Hi, I'm Parul. I'm in my final year of business management and I did a placement at Volkswagen Financial Services in Milton Keynes.
What was your experience about applying for a placement?
So my overall application process was a big learning journey. I could see that when I started applying, it started off a lot with just not getting through the first stages. So then I figured it was probably something wrong with my CV, and then I had to go back, make a lot of amendments to it. Then I came back, and when I continued to apply with that new CV, I think I was getting more towards the next stages. That eventually made me go across to a few assessment centers as well, which was quite great. But unfortunately, I didn't get into the company that I wanted to get into the most. But I still just kept applying, and then I finally got into Volkswagen Financial Services.
Yeah, that's really great. So the second question is like, did you receive any help from the employability help or employability ambassador for finding a placement or applying for a job for the placement?
So when it comes to help, I did use a lot of CV, cover letter guidance, and a lot of interview prep. But this was particularly all the guidance materials that are on our Career Connect page. I didn't particularly reach out to get one-to-one appointment with the advisors, as I started my experience very very late. So I just didn't think I had enough time to go through that process. But yeah, overall, I am heavily involved when applying for graduate jobs with the employability service. So it's overall a very great experience with
Yeah,
them.
that's great. So can you tell me about your role at the company that you work for and any specific things that you did at the Volkswagen Service, Financial Service?
Absolutely. So, my role was product integration undergraduate at Volkswagen Financial Services, which is a car finance company in Milton Keynes. So, essentially, that involved me working with a lot of other brands. So, we call them Volkswagen Group brands. So, a lot of people don't know this, but includes Audi, Skoda, Volkswagen, Lamborghini, Porsche, these big names
Yeah.
as well. So it was essentially just to work within our VWFS product integration team, which included product owners, then we had business developers, then we had testers and stuff. So it was just to work with them to get our virtual products across the line.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think it was just manufacturing of cars and stuff, but it's our virtual finance products that we just had to get up on the website, and a lot of background tech work
Yeah.
that it involved basically.
Yeah. So how has the placement year influenced your career goals?
I think personally made it has already made huge changes to my life.
Yeah.
So not just career wise but also academic wise. I feel like after doing a placement year, I'm now very serious about my academics as well, which I wouldn't have said in my first and second year. Um, when it comes to career, I am now mindful of what sort of company I want to go into, what sort of roles I could maybe look at. I still haven't tried a lot of different roles that are out there. So I would definitely love to try them out. But I think the one big takeaway for me is just going in with an open mind and not a very narrow perspective. Just a broad perspective. Go in, you've not tried anything, so just try as much as you can and see where you fit best.
Yeah. So did you put any knowledge from the placement year while it's studying into the practice?
So knowledge from university.
Yeah.
So so my role involved quite a bit of Excel. So I know we all had this. I think you had this
Yeah.
module as well,
Yeah.
which was all around Excel. So that was very helpful.
Mhm.
Other than that, I had a module called organizational behavior, which sort of
I also have that one too.
yeah. So that was quite helpful just to sort of
Oh,
understand
yeah.
how different people are in the work atmosphere and also in personal
Yeah.
lives. Because when you see them outside of work, you still
Yeah.
sort of know how to
And also about the organizational culture.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think uni was definitely a lot of help, and all of the modules were great.
So, as a student who is considering to do for the placement year, so there are a lot of my friends are they are also considering doing the placement year, but the thing that they are worried because of a long year duration. So, could you tell me any advices that you want to tell to that students who are worried about doing the placement?
So I think people who are worried about the placement there, I think I was one of them because my main
Yeah.
concern was, oh, it's my final year. I have made some really great friends in my first and second year, so I'm going to have to move away from them. But I think, like I said just before, like just go in it with a broad perspective. Like people are gonna change, things are gonna change. This is like top priority because at the end of the day, we're all here in university to get something out of it, which for some of us could be building our own business, or for some of us could be like getting a graduate job or something like that. So that's one aspect that students are worried about. Another thing, touching like going back to myself, I wasn't sure of what exactly I wanted to do, and then I wasn't sure of whether I'd be able to get into that placement because I was like, I probably don't have the experience that they require us to have. So I think again, just we're at the end of the day, we're still like first and second year students, so they're not going to expect you to have all the experience in the world. It could just be little things like getting involved in various societies, or being part of a few committees, or just part-time work at Sainsbury's, or anything like that. So like they like seeing that stuff. And yeah, I think these are some main concerns. Another thing could be issues with resilience, facing difficulties when it comes to like, oh, I'm getting rejected by a lot of placements. What do I do? So I think that's another thing. I'm a very like, I have experienced this firsthand. Didn't get into the company that I wanted to get into the most, but I kept applying and I got into an even better one. So it all works out. You just need to be ready to put in the work.
Yeah. So is there any skills that you improved from the placement year, from the Volkswagen Financial Science that worked for?
Yeah, absolutely. So personally, I have developed a lot of hard and soft skills both. So my work was quite technical and I'm not a technical person. So they tried to still keep me away from the technical bit and focus more on the business side. But they still would keep me on the loop and like try to teach me more about the technical aspects and stuff. So I think I learned a lot of applications like Jira, Confluence, Power BI, just stuff like that, Adobe Analytics, all of these things. So that was quite great. That depends on people and what roles they get and how the company wants them to be involved in these things. Soft skills wise, I know I can like present myself better, communicate better now after having a chance to speak to so many people both inside and outside of the company. And yeah.
So what was your highlight of your placement year?
So I had not just one, but quite a few of highlights that I would like to share. Firstly, it would just be around my day-to-day involvement. So one of that would be like getting involved in a lot of work with HR and communications, and not just doing the role that I was supposed to do. So it was just like getting a feel of all of the other different roles that are out there as well as an undergrad. That was quite good. One of my biggest highlights was working on a very, very big project, which is one of the biggest e-commerce projects for Volkswagen Financial Services, which is called One Shop. It is still yet to be released. It's still yet to come out. So I'm not going to talk a lot about that, but I worked on that with my team. Another thing would be I got a chance to go to London for a Women in Tech Excellence Award. So it was just a group of 10 of us who were given a chance to go there and sort of represent Volkswagen Financial Services. So that was quite great. One last thing that I can just think of right now is getting a chance to interview the head of e-commerce and the head of strategy at Volkswagen Financial Services for a live interview. So the CEO and the CFO and stuff were also watching that live interview. It was quite fun asking them a lot of questions.
Yeah. So the next question is, as an international student, I would like to ask you these questions is, what would you like you to give an advice to an international student like me and other students?
I think being an international student myself, I faced a few challenges initially because my main concern was whether international students are even eligible to do a placement. How is it going to work out with my visa and stuff? But I feel very good to share this because like now I'm over that phase and I've done it myself, and it's like it was great, and it's the same opportunities that the other home students have. You have them too. Like their support, the employability or the Central Career Service, they're all here to support you throughout. They will help you extend your visa so you are able to undertake a placement as an international student, and you have all the opportunities as the home students do.
Yeah. And the next question is, what are your like social aspects of doing the placement year?
So, Volkswagen Financial Services was quite fun because it wasn't just me, it was a total of 48 undergraduates. So, our cohort was quite a big one, and it's grown even now to I think 50 or 52 undergraduates, which is quite great. So, it was a great like work and personal life balance because we would all like be working a 9 to 5 job every Monday to Friday, but straight after that sometimes we just go grab a drink at the nearest pub or like just go out on the weekend. So it was quite great. I did relocate to Milton Keynes, so it was a great experience overall because we were close to London, so we just take day trips there. But in addition to that, I would like to touch upon the fact that there were a few students who were working remotely, so they would come into the office 1 day a week, uh, but they were still living away. But even that day, so it's not just my perspective, it's even their perspective as well. The fact that they were still able to get a lot of things out of it on the day that they would come to Milton Keynes, because we like try do something on the days that they would come. So it's like it went both ways basically. So it was quite a great experience.
Yeah. So thank you for answering my questions and sharing your valuable experience with me.
Thank you.